The Celtic news from an Australian perspective. The Celtic manager, Ange Postecoglou, stands on the brink of greatness, with his Celtic side on the verge of sealing the Scottish Premiership in the Australians' first season in Glasgow. Celtic could all but secure the league crown on Saturday night when they host Hearts. Celtic sit 6 points ahead of theh Sevco with 3 games remaining, but Postecoglou's side boasts a 19-goal cushion in goal difference that would prove decisive should the unthinkable happen. As it stands, Postecoglou's side is firmly in the hot seat and likely need just one win from their final 3 matches to seal a second title of the season after already hoisting the Scottish League Cup. Postecoglou urged his side to finish the season in style. "It's been a challenging year, but we're in the final straight now," he told Celtic TV. "It's a tricky one as you don't want to fall over the line and get it over and done with," he added. "The challenge is still before us." Victory would be one of the greatest successes for an Australian manager, and would etch the Australians' name into the annals of one of football's most historic clubs. But for Postecoglou, his motivation from day one was to bring joy to the fans. Postecoglou's love affair with the Celtic faithful has been fully reciprocated, albeit after a rocky start. The Australian was not the club's first-choice manager, and fans and pundits were hesitant to say the least over signing a coach who had precious little experience in European football, despite his outstanding accomplishments in Australia, Japan, and on the world stage with the Socceroos. But Postecoglou has sensationally revived a club that finished last season a full 25 points, more than 8 wins, behind Rangers. He inherited, then completely revitalised, an unbalanced squad in need of complete overhaul. He was also unable to bring in several of his regular assistants and backroom staff, while Celtic's front office hierarchy was divided and ineffectual. Nevertheless, the Australian is on the brink of that ultimate success, having turned around a deeply struggling side in short fashion and nervelessly stuck to his unique style of play despite plenty of criticism. His success has certainly put the Australian in the spotlight for clubs in Europe's top 5 leagues in need of a new manager. But there's a $45 million Australian dollars incentive for Postecoglou to stay on. With Russian clubs excluded from European competition, league victory would mean Celtic would automatically qualify for the Champions League group stage next season. With that comes what an estimated guaranteed payout of €30.3 million, before the team even kicks a ball in anger. In analysis from Swiss Ramble, that comprises of a participation fee of €15.6 an additional figure based on the club's UEFA coefficient or European ranking, estimated by Swiss Ramble at €9.1 million, but in my estimation a further €1.1 million would be paid, TV rights or pool payment estimated at €6.8 million, minus a €1.2 million COVID rebate. Celtic would also earn €2.8 million for every group stage win and €930,000 for a draw. Then of course, additional prize money is received for every stage in the competition they progress, such as €9.6 million just for making it out of the group stage. Many of Postecoglou's signings have been worth their weight in gold. Former England keeper Joe Hart has been wholly revived. Portuguese star Jota has been sensational, while Japanese trio, some January signings, of Kyogo Furuhashi or Ryo Hatate or Daisen Maeda have all been inspired arrivals. As Hartson said, after last season, it was important that Ange got the recruitment right for the challenge ahead. A year ago none of us had heard of Jota or Lealabada, or others. Let's get it right. None of us had heard of Kyogo Furuhashi or Ryo Hatate or Daisen Maeda either. They said Joe Hart was finished. On the back of that transfer success, Postecoglou is likely to be handed a huge war chest, most if not all of that €30 million, to improve his team even further. Portuguese winger Jota, with 12 goals and 12 assists in 37 appearances, and Celtic's standout defender Cameron Carter-Vickers are both currently on loan deals. Jota is expected to cost the club €7.5 million to turn his loan deal permanent. Carter-Vickers, who just received his first US men's national team call-up in 3 years, is set to cost Celtic £6 million to pry away from Spurs, with the fee possibly rising as high as £10 million with additional add-ons. A £6 million fee would make him Celtic's equal third most expensive player ever. £10 million would put him atop the leaderboard, a mark of just how strongly Postecoglou will be backed. Both players have received plenty of interest from clubs in Europe's top 5 leagues, with Premier League clubs especially keen on Carter Vickers. But should Celtic win, their automatic Champions League qualification could be the ace up Ange's sleeve that the Australian needs to convince top players to sign on the dotted line in Scotland. The opportunity to play in Europe's top competition is hard to resist, just as the opportunity to manage in the Champions League makes it very unlikely that Postecoglou would depart the club. Legendary Celtic striker John Hartson declared Postecoglou should be given at least £20 million, what would be a staggering budget compared to his predecessors, saying Celtic have got to back him. I think Ange holds all the cards now, they've got to back him. And on that note, have a great That's Celtic fans.
Lit. Roll up to the